Hey there, I just wanted to make this short little video because this is a frequently asked question that shows up, and I can see kind of like the angst and the nervousness and the fear of missing out and the fear I'm off my path, I'm blocking my purpose and everything like that. So I want to give you a little process that is going to help you move forward in your life purpose. Okay, we talk a lot about our spiritual path on this channel. I also talk about North Node, which is what you're here to do on this earth. And some of you keep going down a road and like, okay, I'm going to do it, and then falling off the path. And it's mostly because you have obstacles show up. And so a lot of us believe that when obstacles show up, that means we're headed in the wrong direction. And that's not true at all. Okay, so obstacles can be anything. It can be a money mindset. It can be a belief that you have a lack of time or a lack of expertise. It can be a lot of different things that show up. So if you want to change this pattern, this is what you do. Number one, be super intentional. So what I mean by that is everything you do should drive toward your goal. Okay? So for example, if you're here on YouTube and you want to develop a coaching practice, you're making videos that are answering people's questions, and then you're offering an opportunity for them to reach out to you for coaching or something like that. Okay? So you see, like you're giving them an answer, and if you have the answer and you're telling me, then there's more behind that and I want to go toward it. Okay? So be super intentional about everything you do when you create your daily routine. When if you have an intention of losing weight, then your every day needs to be very intentional. What I eat, what I don't eat, what I'm doing with my body, intentional. All right. Number one is set an intention. Number two, and I think this is where a lot of people, especially really smart people, get tripped up, is that you must start with a beginner's mind. And that means being willing to challenge your own beliefs around things, being willing to say, holy crap, I was wrong about that, and learn from it. All right, so start with a beginner's mind and being open to be wrong, be open to be challenged on what you believe, be open to these things because it's going to open up a world of opportunity. Okay. And the third thing is, this is a big obstacle I see in the spiritual business class when people are wanting to create something and then they kind of get bored with it. When you're creating a business or you're creating something that you're going to do every day, you need to know that it's going to be interesting to you. However, even in the world of, I've been on YouTube for 5 years. I've created a lot of videos around tarot and around readings and around spirit advice and my own channeling and things like that. But that doesn't mean sometimes it doesn't get boring. Okay. So if you set an intention and you look at a beginner's mind, some of us, I will include myself in this, is that when you get to the place of it getting a little bit harder, you drop it and you think that maybe this isn't the thing for me. Some of you can find the obstacle being boredom. Like, okay, all right, I guess this isn't giving me back what I really want. And so I'm feeling like it's boring. But the thing is, sometimes parts of doing things worthwhile are boring to us. Okay? It's not like everything doesn't need to be fairy dust and unicorns and sparkles and 4th of July. Everything doesn't need to be like that. In fact, there needs to be some quiet moments of structure, of anchoring in, creating something that has, allows your success to rest on top of it. And some of those things you can find really boring. I have a couple of suggestions here. Number one, if these things that you're creating are really boring to you, then number one, you might want to look at your own content or your own, what you want to put into the world and see if it's just a short-term answer for you, right? It's just a short-term kind of experience. It's not meant for you to build your life on it. It's just something that, has come across your transom and you look at it and you learn something and then you move on from it. So you're going to want to be discerning about that. But you also want to understand that you're going to be talking a lot about this. You're going to be doing a lot about this. So the actual thing that you're putting into the world can't be boring, but the structure, you may find that boring. I'm a Sag, I have Gemini, my North Node, and part of my work has been to really get anchored in creating systems, in doing my own, going deep into things and learning more, being a beginner's mind. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you really want to change what's going on, you need to set an intention. You need to move beyond the I know it all kind of thing and into embrace a beginner's mind. And then you need to push through when stuff gets boring. Not everything is going to be wildly exciting, but if your business and your content and what you want to create is wildly exciting to you, it's just the building a website, or that might be, or vice versa. I just want to build a website. I don't want to be somebody on camera. Just know yourself and know that boring can be an indicator of just resistance. So what does that boring really mean to you? Is it something that you don't want to do long term because it's really not that interesting to you? Or is this your own resistance to having to put in the time and effort? All right. You want to make sure you know the difference between those three things, or two things. So if you want to go deeper, I am doing another a series of the spiritual business class where you can really get clear on what you want to put into the world, understand the difference between all these things about it being boring or it just, being a tactic I don't want to do. And if you want to jump in and join the spiritual business class, I invite you today to do that, because we are going to talk about all those blocks. We're going to talk about how to overcome that and how to really step in, even if the kind of business you want to create isn't technically a spiritual one, how to approach it from a spiritual perspective. Get rid of those money blocks, get rid of all that stuff blocking you, and really put it out there. All right. So the link is below. I just wanted to put this out there. This is kind of a frequently asked question. So ta-da, here you go.